Welcome back. The New York professor who once compared the president to Adolf Hitler now wants to throw grades completely out of schools. In an op-ed, Richard Wolff describes grades as capitalism in action, with, quote, little education payoff. Here to react to that is Campus Reform Correspondent Director Emma Meshell. Emma, thanks for coming back to the show. First off, what did you make of this op-ed?
Well, when you read this, it really just shows how far off base higher education is from reality. Because we know that in the real world, you have to prove yourself if you want to get a promotion, if you want to get a raise or land your dream job. And the whole point of college is to prepare students for those things in the real world. So really, what this would do is this would fail college students. Also, he says that meritocracy is a bad thing. I would argue that meritocracy is what makes America a great country. The fact that people can come here regardless of their background, regardless of what they look like, and if they work hard and prove themselves, they can achieve great things. He's trying to disparage that as a bad thing. I think that's very damaging for students and for our society at large. Yeah, all right,
let's give his side here. A quote from the op-ed, meritocracy, which is, like you said, basically being judged on your abilities. Meritocracy redirects the blame for capitalism's failures onto its victims. Schools teach meritocracy, and grading is the method. So it sounds like he's got a problem with the idea that if you, aren't doing great at something, it's your fault. That if you're not one of the best, it's your fault why you're not.
Well, in the real world, when you are failing to do something correctly or when you're failing to make the grade, so to speak, you are going to have consequences. So that's something that you need to learn in school. And for those that are watching thinking, oh, well, I'm not in college, this doesn't really affect me, Richard Wolff actually wants this to extend all the way into pre-K, through high school, through elementary school. So imagine every 6-year-old you know not receiving a grade, not knowing whether or not they can read properly. That has huge implications for our society. And this is something we've been covering at the Leadership Institute's Campus Reform, is professors that disparage this concept of meritocracy and getting awarded based on what you can achieve.
Yeah, he really offers no suggestion on what else he'd like to see or what school or anything else would be like without grades, so he just kind of bashes the current system and ends the op-ed right there. Emma, thank you so much for your time. We do appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
All right.